Red Pill Mike, you're wrong for Red Pill Mike, you're wrong for that.
There's nowhere left to hide. There's nowhere left to hide. From head to my toes, I can feel it in my bones. When I take it down, I know I'm never letting go. When I think I regret, making moment to forget. Every night I'm making lovers meaningless sex. Now my heart is in the palm of your rain, your satisfaction. Wanna quit fucking, now you're looking for some action. Better run quick or just quit, chasing what you're after. Talking like strangers, wrapped in anger. It's going down. We'll never back it sooner or later. What comes around goes around. Breaking hearts, showing scars, leave me ripped apart. Cold to touch, off too much, but it's never enough. I'm searching inside, but there is nowhere to hide. Breaking hearts, showing scars, leave me ripped apart. Cold to touch, off too much, but it's never enough. I'm searching inside, but there is nowhere to hide.
A woman never belongs to you. It's just your turn. You lost your edge, she lost attraction for you. That's how it works. What'd you think she was gonna do? Tell you she cheated? Men cannot afford to get complacent in relationships. Get your fat ass off the couch, start lifting weights, and learn game. You're welcome.
And now your man, Donovan Sharpe.
What's up, guys? It's your man, Donovan Sharpe, and welcome back to the 689th edition of TSR Primetime, your nightly dose of red pill truth, wisdom, and awareness. We are brought to you by Gorilla Mind Rush, the #1 non-habit-forming energy and focus supplement on the planet. Be hyper-productive and laser-focused with zero crash and zero jitters. Support your productivity and the show by going to donovansharpe.com/Gorilla Mind Rush to get your hands on a bottle or 90, which was exactly the number of minutes that YouTube had an outage. I, of course, having, I don't know what you call it, PTTD, PTS, I don't know. I have some sort of PTSD when it comes to conspiracy theories, and YouTube's trying to take down my channel, and they're throttling me back, and this and that and the other, so, and I've never been wild, crazy conspiracy guy. Like, that's never been who I am. But anytime my channel gets a little irregular, that's the first thing that comes to mind. That's sort of my default rearing its ugly head. At any rate, we are streaming live to Facebook, yes, YouTube, Twitter, and of course in super high res 4K to Sharpe Stream. So however you're watching, wherever you're watching from, thank you for making the Sharpe Reality Primetime a part of your evening routine. It is Wednesday, November 11th of 2020. It is good to have you guys in today. Yeah, had a bit of an outage. Jesus, I'm used to starting 2 hours ago. I think tonight's show, listen, I usually go about an hour and a half, 2 hours. I can promise you it's definitely not going to be no 2-hour show. I like to be in bed by 10 o'clock, 10:30. Dre Raven on the Sharpe Stream side says that he is back from the gym. How much did you miss? None. You missed absolutely nothing. You are still clean. You're still in the clear. Everything is good to go. Not going to tell my bowling story again because what's the point? But I will make this announcement again. Weights and dates with Myron Gaines. We are going to move that show to Sundays. It's going to be Sundays, every Sunday at 5 o'clock Eastern, 2 Pacific. And then, of course, the 6 will follow soon after at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern, 5 o'clock p.m. Pacific time. So Weights and Dates with Myron Gaines has been pushed back to Sunday. We decided to make it a Sunday show. That is the will of the people. We put it to a vote, and the people said you'd like the show on Sunday, so that's exactly what we are going to do. This Saturday at 3 o'clock p.m. Eastern, noon Pacific, I will be joined in studio, over at Studio B, by the incomparable Coach Greg Adams. That is right, Coach Greg Adams will be in this Saturday for one-on-one with Donovan Sharpe. I think it's like episode 17. It's the season finale. It's the season finale of one-on-one with Donovan Sharpe. Oh, my glasses were a little crooked there. It's the season finale of one-on-one with Donovan Sharpe, and we will. I am honored to be joined by Coach Greg Adams. He's going to be flying in here on a Friday night, and we are going to shoot the proverbial poop. And I think that's going to be a good conversation. That's going to be a good conversation. I will be making. I'll put a Patreon post asking you guys for questions. I will also put it on YouTube, and we will answer your questions. I don't know, Coach Greg Adams and I think that we could probably have a conversation without questions, but one never knows. One never knows. I think Coach Greg Adams is definitely a jovial guy. Like the guy to death. I'm glad that he is giving up his weekend for us. In other news, I do have good news from the other day. So I told you guys, what was it, on Tuesday night. Oh, no, it wasn't Tuesday. It was Monday. I told you guys Monday night that Devon's personal trainer, her dog Nugget, had gotten hit by a car. Broken bones, cracked ribs, bruised lungs, had a little bit of a brain thing. Nugget pulled through. Nugget pulled through. There is a picture of Nugget right there on your screen. That is a picture from today. Nugget is back at home. He's safe. He's, listen, man, he's got a few new dents, but he is no worse for the wear. And you can see on his, there's some hair missing on his right leg. You can see that they shaved off the hair. That, of course, is to get the IV in. I remember I actually had to do this for my dog. He had an allergic reaction to, I think, some of the vaccinations. He started rubbing his face around the carpet, so we had to rush him to the vet hospital. They had to give him the IV, and so for a little while, he had a little boot, had some boot action. This appears what has happened to Nugget. So little Nugget pulled through. A 2-year-old pup. I don't really know what he is. I think he's like a schnauzer. He's probably got some, he's got some terrier in him, but he's a cute little guy. So yeah, Nugget is okay. He is alive and well, and he is definitely doing okay. It is good. It's good that he's back at home. Good that he's back at home with his mummy. Devon's trainer has 3, I think she has 3 daughters or something like that, and they absolutely love Nugget. So whatever you guys did, whatever prayers. I'm not an overly religious guy, but looks like Devon says he's a Bichon Yorkie mix. Okay, well, he's a cute little fella, so it's glad that he survived. So shout out to all of you guys that sent Nugget your love and concern and thoughts and prayers and all that good stuff. So good stuff. All right, let's get right to it. So this morning, I released a video that discussed the first 5 of 10 signs that a woman is dating a red pillar. So Sasha Konakovo is an author for a website. I don't want to give him all kinds of props. You guys will probably see it. And she wrote an article entitled 10 Signs You Are Dating a Red Pillar. And I I went over the first 5 signs, kind of broke those down. And as promised, I'm going to break down the last 5 signs. The last 5 signs, you are dating a red pillar. So be sure, after this video, if you're curious about the first 5 that she wrote about, be sure to check out the video from earlier today. Hell, I don't even remember what that video was named, but seems to be doing pretty well. And if I had not released that video today, I would have probably done the show anyway. I'd be off the air. I'd be drinking my whiskey. But because I absolutely positively needed to deliver what I said I was going to deliver, I put it off until now. I didn't think I was going to be able to get the show off, but we are good to go at any rate. And here we go. So let us start with number 6. This is number 6 out of 10. 10 signs you are dating a red pillar. She starts, there's nothing wrong. Oh, he constantly talks about men's, wait a minute. Yes, he constantly talks about men's rights, but decries feminism. Decries feminism. She says, quote, there's nothing wrong with wanting equal rights for all genders, but there is something wrong with wanting more rights for one gender than there are for others. That's the issue that people have with men's right. This is completely and totally false. This chick either has no idea what she's talking about, or she is purposely misleading women about who we are and what we're about. First off, 5%ers don't advocate for having more rights than women. The guys who moan and groan about take away women's rights, take away their right to vote, those are the black pill idiots, okay? Taking away women's rights is ridiculous, because if we did, they couldn't invest in us and give us a reason to commit to them outside of sex. Now, whether I'm in favor of taking women's right to vote away or not, that doesn't matter. It's not happening. Maybe it's a good idea, maybe it's not. Either way, we're not just going to take away women's voting rights. I don't like it when people talk about something that we need to do when it's clearly not going to happen. Right? Like there's no, listen, maybe that would help the country, maybe it wouldn't, but it's not happening. It's not happening. People say, take away women's rights. Okay, listen, if you think it'll work, that's fine, but it's not going to happen. I don't deal with the what should be. I don't deal with what's fair. No, I deal with what is. And what is not going to happen is women getting their rights taken away. It's just not going to happen. Anyway, we don't want women to have to be with us. Okay, we want women to want to be with us. And taking away their rights takes away their free will to choose. Listen, man, red pill aware men, we want to be chosen. We don't want to force women to be with us by taking away their rights. Secondly, and I just talked about this, taking away a woman's right to vote, that's never going to happen. Okay, the toothpaste is out of the tube and it's not going back in. These black pill idiots who talk about taking away voting rights for women know this will never happen, which is why they talk about it all the time. These are the same guys who say women only want rich, ripped men with 12-foot dongs as an excuse to be lazy and not improve themselves. So again, Ms. Konnikova was talking about the bottom of the rung men who do nothing but complain, but still call themselves red pill, or I don't know, the black pill guys don't call themselves red pill, right? Either way, they're an easy and convenient target. She continues, most men's rights activists actively ignore the facts when it comes, when it comes to the systematic oppression of genders that aren't their own. They don't see that men have rights that women don't. In fact, many men will go so far as to see other genders as the enemy. The vast majority of Crimson Capsule men see women as an enemy or something to control. This belief clearly adds to a foundation of a toxic relationship. You can't really love someone, she says, who you hate or see as an enemy on principle alone. Notice how she's gone from calling us red pill men to men's rights activists. Right? And let's not get this twisted here. A lot of MRAs do fall into the same category as these black pill guys. In that all they do is complain about things rather than getting off their lazy asses and doing something about it. This is a very important distinction, gentlemen. Because Crimson Capsule men, we don't see women as the enemy. Okay? We understand that women have traits and characteristics that make them very difficult to interact with, and we act accordingly. These MRAs and these black pill guys who do nothing but complain, they see women as the enemy because they want women, but know they can't have women. So they see anything they say anything they want but can't have as the enemy. Anything they want but can't have, that's the enemy. Incidentally enough, fat girl power movement activists who can't have the men they want, they also see men as the enemy. Funny how that works, right? If I take a lateral step to the side, just a lateral step to the side, black men who see men like myself as the enemy are men who want what I have but aren't willing to they're not willing to put in the work. So they call me a sellout, right? They call me a coon. They call me an Uncle Tom, or any number of derogatory epithets that these fake pro-blacks, these pro-wacks, these wokety wokes, as what's his name, Chronicles of Judah likes to call them. I like to use that stuff on the regular. So when she says, quote, the vast majority of red pill men see women as the enemy, she's only half right. The vast majority of Crimson Capsule aware men see women as the enemy. But Crimson Capsule men, which again are men with Crimson Capsule awareness who live the Crimson Capsule life, 5%ers, we don't see women as the enemy. We see them as beings who can elevate our lives or destroy us, and we treat them accordingly. And by treating them accordingly, we take measures to make sure we don't get got by them should we decide to commit to them. Sasha defines these measures and the enforcement of boundaries and expectations as toxic because, again, any relationship that a woman is involved in where it is hard to cheat is considered to be toxic. If there is one thing the red pill teaches, she continues, it's to be aggressive when pursuing women. On the surface, this may seem like a good thing. It could help shyer guys ask a woman out on a date. When put into practice, it gets very ugly. You know, it's so funny when women can't acknowledge that they are aroused by certain traits because the girl power movement tells them it's bad. Women love aggressive men so long as they are attracted to them. That's female nature 101, guys. This is why, on the surface, it seems like a good thing because women love men who aggressively pursue what they want, which is them. This is how bad things happen, she continues, and sadly, one of the signs you're dating a Crimson Capsuler is that he doesn't understand that consent matters. Or he may think that 50 no's and a yes is still a yes. Either way, it's bedroom, say it with me, class, isuba. No, sweetie. Bedroom assault doesn't happen when men aggressively pursue women. No, that happens when men have sex with women who don't want to, and they make it crystal clear to them by telling them, no, I don't want to have bedroom fun with you. Stop. No, get out. I don't want to do this. Red pillars know that a woman who denies you sex, but then she giggles and then offers to pour you another drink, that's a woman who wants you to try again. Now, why do they do this, Donovan? Easy. Simple. Because women know that a man who gives up on sleeping with them after just one rejection is a man who lacks resiliency, conviction, desire, and the stick-to-itiveness that women like. And women do not want men like this. You see, gentlemen, sex for men is really just sex. However, sexual interaction and escalation for women is kind of a snapshot of who a man probably is outside of the bedroom. Right? So she knows that a man who is persistent in the face of rejection in the bedroom is a man who is probably persistent in the face of rejection outside of the bedroom. She knows that a man who dominates her in bed is a man who likely dominates life. Plus, she's also using more EFR. That's extreme false representation. I covered that in today's video. We don't think 50 no's and a yes is a yes. You want to know why? Because once we get to no number 3 after our third try, whether she's giggling or not, we're cutting our losses and getting the hell out of there. Ain't nobody waiting for a girl to tell them no 50 times, boo. We'll try 2, maybe 3 times. And if we don't get the draws, cool, man. We'll scroll to the next chick on our phone who said she was DTF and hit her up. We're not going to waste time playing tug of war or playing hard. Get out of here with that. No, after no number 3, all right, bet. I'm out. Let me hit up Big Booty Kimmy, see what she's up to. But pretending that persistence in the bedroom, pretending that persistence is bedroom fun isuba, when you know damn well that your no's are simply not right nows, but I want you to try again because A, you know that you're persistent, which is attractive and shows me that you desire me, and B, so I can sleep with you without looking like a banana gobbler by giving in to you the first time you try. That is disingenuous. Dude, listen, eggplant enthusiasts everywhere, they all say no a few times in a way that tells us in no uncertain terms through her body language, her facial expressions, and posture that you clearly want to have sex with us, but you don't want to look like a garden tool. As red pill aware men, we understand this. So we're persistent until you clearly and directly tell us, no, I do not want to have biblical relations with you in such a way that leaves zero doubt that you have no intention of sleeping with us. Either way, it's sexual abuse. Get the hell out of here with that BS. Ain't nobody buying that. Number 7. As I take a sip. You're getting the vibe that he has control and anger issues. Oh, here we go. Reading toxic stuff, she says, has a very damaging effect on the psyche. And this is true regardless of what toxic stuff you're reading. When it comes to the red pill, the most common ways it affects men is their outlook on life. Through the red pill, though the red pill promises to give men peace of mind and a better sense of confidence, it does anything but. It turns men into bitter, angry, insecure, and hateful people. In most cases, men will eventually cast that anger outward, usually taking it out on family members. Most women who have experienced dating a crimson capsuler can tell you that it is not only bad for women, but terrible for men's mental health. What she is describing here is the anger phase, okay? Why it's unreasonable for men to be angry about the fact that we've been misled about women is beyond me. When women are always angry with men for having been clued in about who and what they really are. What are we supposed to do? Be happy we've been led astray? Of course not. But again, she's describing these black pill guys who are in a perpetual state of anger because they get stuck in the anger phase. There are content creators, red pill content creators, whose audiences are made up of mostly angry men who just want to complain. Like, I respect their work and their knowledge very much. There's a prominent red pill content creator. He is very, very good at what he does. I watch him all the time. His audience is a bunch of angry guys, right? I don't want to say who the content creator's name is, but he drives nice cars and he works for himself. I'll just leave it at that. Dude, take a look at his chat, man. Those guys are angry. And again, I respect their knowledge and their work very much, but the anger phase is supposed to be just that, a phase, not a static state of being. As the saying goes, either shit or get off the pot. If you take the red pill and you're still angry, well, then maybe you just need to spit it back out. She continues. The most insidious thing the Crimson Capsule does is advocate for Isuba tactics as a way for men to get their way. It's not surprising that many Crimson Capsule followers get divorced due to their Isubive behavior. Oh my God. They advocate for, quote, dread gaming, which is pretending like you want to leave the relationship to get your way. They also suggest that men openly refuse to help women when asked and generally promote verbal Isuba. Here we go again. Blending the strategies that keep them in line with abuse. Let me just go ahead and say it. Dread game is not abuse, okay? It is simply letting a woman know that her bad behavior will not be tolerated by simply withdrawing your time, your attention, your affection, and quite possibly even your resources and your commitment. This is a nonverbal strategy that we like to use to teach women how to treat us. We know that if she likes us enough, she's going to fall in. If she doesn't, she'll leave. So really, once again, we're giving women choices. You can either get back in pocket or you can leave, but you cannot have it both ways. But as we all know, when a woman doesn't like her choices, she characterizes it as isubive or toxic because she can't ever cake and eat it too. And guess what? That's not a problem. And it's funny how she keeps using the word isuba to describe everything. It's like she's trying to criminalize our behavior. Anything that gives a man an advantage or doesn't allow women to get away with bad behavior, that's isuba. Oh, please. She continues. Red pill men don't want to lift up their partners. They are sad people who only feel strong if they beat people down who care about them. This is ridiculous. If you find yourself being gaslighted, hurt, ignored, or otherwise manipulated, then chances are very high you're dating a red pillar. Now she's resorted to the name calling, which is a telltale sign of a woman who's lost an argument. Crimson Capsule men aren't sad, okay? We don't feel strong when we beat people down. No. We feel strong when we lift weights. We feel strong when we dominate life. We feel strong when we dominate our women. We like feeling strong because we don't take any BS from anybody. We don't gaslight anybody, but we'll damn sure ignore you if you ain't acting right. That part she's got right. She can call this manipulation, isuba, whatever. But you want to know something? If a girl really likes you, these tactics work, and they work well. Sasha is just mad that these tactics are effective. Some dude she fell for put her ass on ice for a few days, and she went running back to him when he told her to come over. You see, that's the thing. That's the thing. Women only hate the red pill because it's the truth and it works. Because if it were such a BS ideology, they wouldn't waste time writing thousands of articles and thousands of videos telling guys not to take it. But because it is a praxeology rather than an ideology rooted in truth and improves the lives of the men and the women who belong to them, Sasha's mad. Sasha mad. One of the 48 laws of Sharpe is that women do not like it when they do not have a decided advantage in the dating market. They hate it. This is why used up women in their 30s and 40s hate when men choose younger, tighter women. It's why the dine and dash dater got jail time, while women the world over who do exactly the same thing call it a foodie call. It's okay to do it to us, but if we do it to them, now it's a problem. So not only has the red pill given men a decided advantage on the dating market and has made men aware of their advantage, we are also teaching men how to maximize this advantage, which means avoiding women like Sasha, who wants to do the hot dog hop for 20 years and then marry a billionaire. Psh, get out of here with that. Number 8. He's using terms that are associated with the Crimson Capsule. Crimson Capsule users have their own little vocabulary that they use to discuss their dating lives as well as the lifestyle the forum suggests living. They start using terms like alpha, beta, the C word, plate, hitting the wall, or gynocentric. In many cases, they will also shrug off things by saying, hey, all women are like that. This is a classic red pill phrase that they use to try to make it sound like your negative reaction to Isuba isn't their problem, even when it is. You know how you can tell, she continues, that someone clearly wants to have power over someone? It's often shown in their body language or the way they react when asked for help. Red-pilled men are very well known for their inflexibility and their tendency to pull, quote, power moves to make women feel inferior. In truth, their, quote, dominance moves are nothing more than a power grab. That's the thing about Crimson Capsule readers, she says. They start to constantly crave power. They are also told to grab control by any means necessary, which often results and translates to really awful manipulative tactics. The first part is accurate. The first part's accurate. Crimson Capsule men use Crimson Capsule vernacular. She's not breaking news there. But acting like our inflexibility and tendency to pull quote-unquote power moves to make women feel inferior is her not liking the fact that men who are steadfast in their beliefs and make moves to achieve and accomplish their goals is a turn on. Women hate that they're a slave to their biology, guys. The girl power movement tells them that they should detest traditionally masculine characteristics. But because their biological hard drive makes it impossible to dislike masculinity, they hate themselves. They hate this about themselves. We're not the ones who make women feel inferior. Our actions do. Red pill aware men, we don't do things to women to make women feel inferior. Women see it this way because they know that they are inferior when it comes to masculine traits. They see a man who's disciplined and goal-oriented, who does what's actually necessary to be successful in life, and they feel like they're less of a person because they don't have these same characteristics themselves. We dominate life to, well, dominate life. We don't do it to make women feel inferior. And yes, we crave power. You're goddamn right we do. We're men. This is how we're made. And if you want to characterize our work ethic and our unwavering drive to attain that power as manipulative, then so be it. We don't give a damn about what you think about our acquisition methods one way or the other. Like I said earlier, hashtag ho please. Number 9. This is a good one. This is funny. He refuses to spend a single cent for you. Oh my God. One of the things that Crimson Capsule users detest is spending money on women and dating. And that's actually one of the most common things mentioned on the forum. They often will ask women to spend money on them or regularly, quote, forget their wallet at home. Or they will actively brag about refusing to spend money on dates. Obviously, this isn't attractive. Though this could be a sign of a cheapskate, it is also one of the more reliable signs that you're dating a red pillar. Toxic masculinity turns you into a cheapskate, you know? Again, she's mixing crowds here. A red pill aware man is not a cheapskate. A red pill man only takes a woman out on a date if she earns it and deserves it. See, here's the thing, man. Being a woman does not require us to pay for a damn thing anymore, right? It doesn't, like, I'll put it to you this way, and it works both ways. Being a woman doesn't require us to pay a damn thing any more than being a man requires a woman to have sex with us, right? Like, bitches are always quick to say, well, we don't have to sleep with you guys, which is 100% correct. They don't. But in the same breath, they call us cheapskates for not paying for dates, right? Yes, cheapskates are unattractive. But a man who makes a woman earn his resources is not a cheapskate. He is financially shrewd. And the only kind of women who don't like financially shrewd men are women who aren't interested in earning a man's commitment and subsequent resources. Ms. Konakovo's outed herself as a female who thinks she's entitled to a man's resources because she's got 2 X chromosomes. But I'm sure she'd lose her mind if a man said a woman who doesn't put out should be ignored, which is only half true. A woman who doesn't put out but has banana gobbler tells is a woman who's trying to take her pound of flesh out of a man by pretending to be something she's not, which is exactly the same as a man pretending to be rich to get laid. So once again, when a woman does it, bravo. When a man does it, he's a cheapskate. Marriage, statistically speaking, she says, is more beneficial to men than it is women. Let me read that again. Marriage, statistically speaking, she says, is more beneficial to men than it is women. Married men live longer than single women, have higher paychecks, and also have an overall happier standard of life. Women, on the other hand, are statistically happier single. Oh my God. Shockingly, most men resist marriage. What makes the red pill different from just the general dislike or mistrust of marriage, though, is the level of hatred they have for it. Red pillers are extremely against marriage and will claim it's a trap. They will not only say it's a trap, but will even use terms like divorce EPAR to discuss it. EPAR spelled backwards. Simply put, if you notice seething anger at the term marriage, you're probably dating a crimson capsuler. Is she for real with this? Did this woman just say that marriage is more beneficial to men than it is women? Did she really? Did she really just say that married men have better lives than single men? I mean, is she kidding? Of course not. Sasha's well aware of the fact that, as far as marriage goes, men have everything to lose and nothing to gain, and that women have nothing to lose and everything to gain, which is exactly why women are dragging men down the aisle and freak out if they're not married by the time they're 30. For her to act like she is shocked that men are resisting marriage for reasons she pretends to be ignorant of is actually quite typical. Women like her aren't about to acknowledge the truth about divorce EPAR, paternity fraud, biased family courts, and child support scams. She's not about to admit that marriage really is a trap for men. No way. If she did, she'd lose her credibility. I don't buy for 1 second that this chick is completely oblivious to the extreme risks that come with marriage for men. Hashtag, ho please. Last, and certainly not least, he equates sex with success. Here's the thing about being a crimson capsuler that most people don't want to admit. The crimson capsule isn't for men who are happy and healthy. It is for men who are sad, insecure, weak, and lonely. If they were happy with the way life was going, they wouldn't need to look up this kind of advice online. Part of being able to stop the crimson capsule from spreading is giving men a happy life and showing them that they don't need to lash out at others. 100% correct. Finally, she's right about something. Yes, the red pill is absolutely for men who are sad, insecure, weak, and lonely. That's why you seek out the red pill. This is what men do. We recognize a deficiency or a weakness, and we seek out information to correct it. Having a purpose in life other than the pursuit of women kills sadness and depression. Being around confident men and women, being confident around men and women destroys insecurity, and lifting weights makes us strong. This is another typical case of a woman just expecting men to figure things out, right? And if we don't have things figured out when we come out of the womb, well, we're just losers. I remember a while back, I was on a podcast. I forget which podcast it was. And we were talking about men who had quote unquote mommy issues. And we got a female caller who said, well, at some point, men should just figure it out. That's what she said. We should figure it out. And I said to her, so we're supposed to feel sorry for women with daddy issues and sympathize with them and talk about counseling and treatment to get over daddy issues, but men are supposed to just figure it out? Supposed to just magically figure it out? This is how women think, guys. Now, to an extent, I can understand this female mindset because, as we all know, women are born, men are made. Women are born ready-made to attract men. Yes, learning to cook and clean and having other domestic skills makes them much more attractive to high-value men. But domestic skills are far from necessary for a woman to be able to attract a high-value man. Listen, he'll gladly pay for cooking classes or just hire a personal chef if he has the money. And he would gladly do these things for a young woman who is still a virgin and not a tatted up fatty. All a woman, dude, and again, I say this all the time. All a female has to do is not get fat, don't get any tattoos or non-traditional piercings, not smoke, and protect her virginity. She can have any man she wants. I've always said that if a female can make it to 18 years old without getting fat and remaining a virgin, she has won the lottery. She's won the lottery because she can literally write her own ticket in terms of having her choice in men. But men, we don't have that same luxury. Oh, no. Nope. We don't have the luxury of being born and simply existing and refraining from certain activities to make us attractive to the opposite sex. No, we have to be proactive. We have to learn to fight. We have to build up our bodies. We got to learn to handle money. Got to learn to handle women, all that stuff. All women have to do is keep the car on the road, and she's good to go. Men actually have to win the race. So because of this disparity, it stands to reason that women do expect men to just have it all figured out. But that doesn't mean it's not unreasonable. Men and women aren't equal. And the fact that Sasha says, well, if they were happy with the way life was going, they wouldn't need to look up this kind of advice online. That shows her gross lack of respect with regards to what it takes to become a man and not respecting the process it takes to achieve true masculinity and manhood. And this lashing out thing she keeps pointing out, that's just her talking more about the black pill guys. So there you have it. There you have it. 10 signs you're dating a terper. 10 signs you're dating a terper by one Sasha Konakovo, who wants to do the hot dog hop for 20 years and marry a billionaire. Not a millionaire. No. She don't want a millionaire. No, she wants a billionaire and live a life like Paris Hilton. God have mercy on us. Unbelievable. Looks like Mehdi Naha is able to count backwards from 35. Good to see that he has learned that skill. Ice Dragon Kid says it was probably the hurricane. Maybe. Red Pill Mike said it is already past her bedtime. It's getting close. It's getting close, man. Dude, I told Devin yesterday, I said, yo, check this out. Check this out. We are going to develop championship habits. I said, we are running a successful business. This waking up at 7:30, 8 o'clock, that we ain't doing the trick no more. That's not doing it no more. I said, we need to be up at 6 o'clock, no later. Listen, we're not in our 20s, right? We're not in our 30s. Listen, man, like, there's no need to wake up at the crack of dawn. Like, we are, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm 43, she's 36. I mean, we need our 8 hours. We need 8, 9, sometimes even more than that. But we can't be sleeping in, man. We can't be sleeping in. Like, we're trying to build a legacy here. And if you're going to build a legacy and make sure we keep body, mind, and spirit strong, our asses need to be up early. So, yeah, we started that today. Shozan Hanma, $2, says $2 for the strong puppy and TSR. Thank you very much for that. We are very, very glad that Nugget was able to pull through. He's a cute little fella. He looks kind of dastardly. He looks like he gets into a lot of trouble. But yep, glad to see that Nugget was able to pull through. Was very, very glad to see that. Red Pill Mike, $5, says the number one sign should be that she looks and acts feminine. Yeah, right. 10 signs you are dating a red pillar. You look and act feminine and actually want to. Very good. Guess you guys like the hashtag eSuba. Good stuff. Red Pill Mike, $5, says all of the implied generalizations of eSuba are naturally leading to the masculination of women. There is nothing feminine about girl power movement activists. Oh, so King Life just put a gif of roast beef there, and Devin actually made that for dinner this evening. It's actually pretty good. I might have some more a little bit later. Actually, no, I shouldn't. I probably shouldn't. Nah, I'm not going to do that. I'll have popcorn instead. Red Pill Mike, another $5. Says women don't like the red pill because RP men. With RP. Oh, okay. There are no IOIs guaranteed. And women don't like to have to prove their worth that they pre-assign themselves. Dude, RPM is. He's dropping it in there. He's dropping it in there. James Young, $5, says the delusion is powerful in this one. Medinaha says, speaking of young people, do you plan on having children? Thanks for the great content. Why do people ask me this, man? No, we're not having kids. Jesus Christ. Where the hell did that, like, are you the real Medinaha? Are you the guy who's followed me for the last year and a half? Come on, man. Hell no. Hell no. No, 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 no. Yeah, Devin talks about the fact that I put the Bell and Hammer alarm clock in the bathroom so that when it goes, and Bell and Hammer alarm clock, for all you millennials out there, the one that goes ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling, that one, the one that scares you, the one that gives you a freaking heart attack when you hear it. So I put it in the bathroom so that she has to get up and go turn it off. Now that doesn't get her out of bed quite yet. So I set an alarm on our Echo Dot to go off 15 minutes after that, and then 15 minutes after that. So, yeah. You know how that goes. MLD is in the house, Modern Life Dating. I was actually just texting with him about 2 hours ago. So it looks like it's 9:30 in the morning. Good to see Jonathan of Modern Life Dating. Says, I support hard work ethic. Goddamn right. Phoenix Fats, $2, says, keep up the good works. Up the good work. My bad. Good stuff. Good stuff. Excellent. Well, listen, good show tonight. I had to keep it high and tight. Had to keep it high and tight. But I will, I haven't been posting the podcast versions of my shows on Patreon lately because there's been something going on with iMovie, but I've gotten that squared away. I actually send them over to Dev, and then she puts them together for me and then uploads them. So, anyway. Snoopy J-Dog says, I'm mostly angry at myself. I have little self-control for myself. Started learning from Donovan. Yeah, listen, self-control is not easy to, to master. So. Red Pill Mike. Oh, wait a minute. I already read that one. Devin says she is doing a disservice to the women before her who knew real effing Isuba and put up with it to keep the family together. She's claiming Isuba that is an opinion, not an action. Yeah, that's the truth. That is the truth. Devin also says a man without anger or control issues is a doormat. I can see it now. Donovan's girlfriend shows signs of Isuba by calling men without anger issues or control issues a doormat. Tonight at 6. So Devin's probably had a couple of glasses of wine by this point. This is funny. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Listen, great show tonight. I'm just glad I was able to make good on my promise. And again, if it was any other night, I'd have just been like, all right, screw it. The show must go on. I have everything backed up. I'll just upload it to YouTube tomorrow. But I wanted it to be that. The House of Shadow on the Sharpe stream side. I've got Sharpe stream up. I did not see that. Says, do you think long-term cohabitation and children is possible with red pill dynamics if you live off the grid? Yeah. Yeah. But only if you completely live off the grid. Like, you got, like, man, oh, man. Oh, that's it right there. My fault. I thought that was in Sharpe stream. It's right here in front of me. Yeah, House of Shadow. I think, listen, man, I think it's possible. And listen, nothing is guaranteed, but yeah, if you lived off the grid, had, I don't know, 10 acres, something like that, you just have your wife, your kids, you homeschool them, you don't have, like, you could have internet, but just make sure that you block certain websites, block YouTube, block all social media, let them only go to educational type websites, basically make it so that the website is almost like should be in an elementary school, and even then that might not be enough. But yeah, it's possible. I think it would be difficult. It'd be difficult, but it's possible. If you live off the grid, yeah, man. If you live off the grid, yeah, you could have a wife and kids in a red pill sense. But here's the thing. If you have a wife and kids, how are you going to get grandkids unless you find another family who lives off the grid and shares your red pill belief system? Right? Like, listen, being able to do it off the grid, yeah, that'd be great. But what do you do when your teenage daughters start liking boys? Right? What do you do when your teenage sons start liking girls? Hey, daddy, mommy, how did we get here? What are you going to do? Send your little girl out into the world? You're going to send your son out into the world after keeping him off the grid? I don't know. It would have to be like a community, man. It would have to be a red pill community where everything is kind of kept in house. Big Brandon's in the house checking in. Very good. Big Brandon, whose son, I'm almost 100% sure, could probably kick my ass. Yeah, he probably could. Checking in. TSR Security. Yeah, Devin says it sounds like an Amish cult. That would be how it would have to be. The only way to raise a family in America with a red pill belief system, it would have to be like, I don't know, it would have to be like an Amish situation. It would have to be. King Life, $10, appreciate that. Medi Naha with the 10 euros says, I was speaking from a place of respect. I hope it wasn't seen otherwise. Thank you again for the great inspiration, pure content. No problem, man. No problem, dude. No problem. No, I don't think it's disrespectful. I just, I thought that I had made it clear that I'm never going to have kids. Holy moly. But, Dre Raven says, I see a business opportunity, a red pill matchmaking service. I don't know, man. Like, that would, I'm going to tell you what, with the president that has just been elected, and if he gets elected he's not going to make it to 2 terms, right? Kamala Harris is eventually going to be the president. Let's just be honest. We are going to have our first black woman president. That's just how it is. And so if that happens, then yeah, a red pill matchmaking service would absolutely, yeah, I think that would take off. I think that would take off. Big Brandon says his kid is laughing at what he said. I'm not laughing. That shit is true, man. Like, dude, Brandon sent me a picture of his kid and all of it. Dude, he's got like a trophy room. He's won like 50 tournaments and he's like a 2nd degree black belt. Man, I'm not fighting that kid. Dude, this kid is 12? Nope, not fighting him. No, sir. I firmly, dude, that is the only minor who could kick my ass. I want no parts of that. I was actually thinking about hiring his son for security for the event in Vegas in the spring, man. Shit. You're like, whoa, hey, ho. We're cool, man. We're cool. We're cool. So, excellent show today, guys. Excellent show. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Obviously, it's a little bit late because of the YouTube snafu, but I was able to get on. I was able to get the show in, and turned out to be a dynamite show. So thank you all very much for tuning in. Be sure to tune in tomorrow, same bat time, different bat time, same bat channel. Take care, guys.